Hello, I am roaringbug, and welcome to my Sims 4 speed build. So I do not have the first few minutes of this build being made because I didn't think this house was going to be that good. So forgive me, but you didn't see this house being made from the beginning, but what I basically just did is the shell. And it's a pretty basic box of a shell. It's just 2 stories of two triangles being smashed together, and the only thing that looks complicated really is this roof, which is just a half wall. I think it's like 3 size half wall and a 2 size half wall, and it's just with a raised platform in the middle. And you're just seeing me put down these windows and putting everything together. So I didn't hold back when I made this house. So it basically uses all the packs that are accessible to me. And I chose this home because I based it off this picture that you saw of a Postwar home. And I got basically George Jetson vibes from it. I was like, it's very modern, it's got that postmodern feel to it, and I thought it looked really nice. And normally this style of home doesn't really speak to me, but that picture did, and I thought it came out really good. So as you saw, I moved the house back 1 tile because I rose this house by 1 tile platform, and I had to move it back so that the stairs would have enough space. And I used that mailbox from Snowy Escape just because it has a very small profile. And I'm just figuring out this space here. So these stairs lead up to the 2nd floor. So I inverted what the floor plan would normally be. Normally you would have your bedrooms on the 2nd floor and your living space on the 1st floor. But in this house, it's living space on the 2nd floor and bedrooms on the 1st floor. And I gave this house internal stairs just because I thought it would make more sense for this build. Because if you had a sim walking out in the rain just to get to their kitchen, it would seem pretty silly. So that's why I added some stairs on the inside of the house. So I used this tile basically everywhere to decorate the walls, and these slate thingies for decoration from Island Living. And I just kept everything pretty much this light brown color. And I used the same base game door. And, I was pretty stoked that I was able to use that base game door on the 2nd floor in red, because I don't think I've ever used that base game door or in that swatch before. So yeah, I'm just swirling around figuring out the space. So this space here is going to be the living room. I used a lot of mid-century looking items as I could find, though these couches are from Snowy Escape, so they're Japanese. And I didn't do too much editing, so you're seeing more or less how I placed items down in real time. Of course, sped up, but it's not too much editing about how I went about doing all of this furnishing. And that chair is from Get Famous, and these pictures are from Get Famous too, which I think is very much in line with this style. And eventually I use a door from the Tiny Living pack kit. It's a kit, it's not a pack. And I tried using that makeup thing. Eventually that goes. And you're seeing me try to figure out this kitchen space. So first I thought I would go white or use the new kitchen stuff from Growing Together, but eventually this kitchen becomes very black and industrial. So those cabinets are base game. They are the industrial looking, I don't know, cabinetry things that come with the base game. And I was messing around trying to get that corner to look right. So I used that one, the corner piece, for the bar stool side. But eventually that doesn't stay. Because you know what? I forgot to put a bathroom. And, you know, future me in this video will figure that out eventually. But right now you're just seeing me furnish this kitchen until I finally realize there is no bathroom. So yeah, like, it was pretty easy actually doing the interior design of this house because I knew what the vibe was. I was like, it's definitely going to be a mid-century home, and it's going to have that retro futurism, very clean, very sleek, everything kind of a tone in brown, kind of modernism that people thought was the future in the past. Kind of like what people thought the future was like in the 50s. It's basically what the interior design of this house is. And that end table is from the Oasis. Not Oasis, it's from the Desert Lux kit. And these lights are from the Growing Together pack, and that giant plant is from the Oasis kit, which I gotta say is my favorite giant plant. And I put that futuristic trash can that vaporizes stuff for like tens of millions per sim in your house. And that plant is from the farming pack. I forget what that's called, but yeah, it's from the farming one. I mean, you could put any kind of plant you want, but I just happened to put that one in because I didn't hold back. But yeah, this is me putting down a bathroom now because I was like, I don't have a bathroom. So I kept this bathroom pretty simple. I know bathrooms are really not that interesting. I mean, they just have your basic stuff in it. But that shower is from the Snowy Escape pack, and I put a Japanese style toilet in there. And I've been to Japan, and I gotta say that the toilets in Japan are like amazing. Like, they're heated, they sing, and they have one of those fountains in them. I mean, they're like really amazing. But you know, at the same time, they also have like the worst toilets there too, because they also have squat toilets, which are not cool. And yeah, that's basically the layout for this kitchen. And I kept it very concrete because even in the past, concrete was considered a pretty modern building material. And I had this piano because I thought I could use it, but eventually I give up on that piano. I haven't given up on it yet, but eventually I give up on that piano. Oh, past self, just give up on that piano. So I'm trying to figure out where to put a bathroom, and I don't want to mess up the flow of the house. So eventually the bathroom ends up in the longer part of the house. You'll see. Yeah. Okay. So that's a bedroom. And then I was like, bathroom. So that's a bathroom. And this is the primary bedroom. And eventually, yes, goodbye piano. So this is the primary luxury bedroom. It's the biggest room. And that other one is like a extra room for like a teenager, or probably a teenager. I didn't put too much in there. And, you know, I think that this is a pretty good layout because I had to put a bathroom on the first floor because I can't imagine like anyone traveling to another floor just to use the bathroom. Oh, and I used that shower tub combo from the Growing Together pack. It's the new one. I like it. It's actually much nicer than the base game one. And yeah, just throw down some rugs. Basically, rug, rug, rug. I didn't put a rug upstairs because it's a one-tile entranceway. And I just kept it very simple, very modern. And I put down these Get Famous lights, and I put down some dresser stuff. So I put down the Get Famous dresser, this mirror from Growing Together. That's a base game plant, but I swap it out for the Growing Together plants, and I use camera 3 and alt in order to alt place it. So yeah, kind of finagly, but it moves. And put a plant on top of there because I figure why not. And now I'm just putting down some curtains everywhere. So yeah, very, very nice, very simple room. And yeah, just throwing out a picture on top of that bed. And a picture in here, but I think I swap it out for a dresser. Yes, the matching dresser. So yeah. And like I said, this room is just an extra room. I didn't really have too much plans for it. If you download this house, you could make that room anything you want it to be. But I figure like it's a pretty good like home for like a small family. And I'm actually also impressed because this is built on one of the smallest lot in the base game world in Willow Creek. So yeah, this is a pretty small lot. So if you wanted to, you could move this house to a bigger lot, and then you can actually have a backyard, because I have like a really small backyard. Like, I feel like in The Sims, your backyard ain't worth anything unless you can put a rocket ship in the back. And you're gonna see me go back and forth with the tile in the driveway. I put gravel there, and I can't make up my mind if I want that gravel driveway to be bigger or smaller, but eventually at the end it becomes bigger. So now I'm just figuring out the fence for the backyard, and I use a very simple fence from Get Together. So I use this very simple fence because I didn't want to overcomplicate it with something too big, just because this backyard is so small, and I didn't want to make a fence that'll get in the way of your gameplay, especially if you're playing in a small lot. And now I'm just throwing down some clutter items, like the fire poker and a fruit bowl. And this area here is the perfect place for a computer, because if you're doing gameplay, you're definitely going to need a computer. So I put a lamp and some books so that your Sims can read if they want to read. I think there is some like jobs that require you to do some reading, but yeah. And I use these curtains from the Desert Lux kit, and I didn't bother putting those little segmented pieces of the curtain rod. And I realized I put those windows too high. And now I'm putting this debug car. So eventually that debug car will move. Normally when you place a debug item, it doesn't have any kind of like footprint, so your Sims just ignore it. But for some reason that debug car did have a footprint, and my Sim couldn't get around it. So I eventually will move it. So this backyard is just going to have matching flora and fauna in the front yard. So this bush with the balls, that's from base game. But these other plants, I'm sorry to say, are from other packs. So yeah, didn't hold back. Those larger bush things, they are from Island Living. And I have to say, Island Living has one of the most impressive plants. And I put these little round ceiling lights I don't keep the one in the front. Eventually that one gets moved. And I put a barbecue in the backyard because I figured I could use it. And now I put down these lights in the back. And in the front, I think I went a little too crazy with the lights, so I do scale it back. So eventually, yes, I scale it back. So I just put the lights in the front and the back of the house. So now I am having my test sim just go into each room just to make sure she can get everywhere. So yeah, she can get to the living room, she can get to the kitchen, she can get downstairs, yes, into the yard, yes, into the bathroom, yes, into the small room, into the big bedroom, and I'm trying to get her to go outside. So she went the long way, which means she can't go through this short way, because Sims usually go in the shortest route. So yeah, I had to move that car over and make the driveway just a smidget bigger. So yeah. So that should be it. Okay. Yes. So now I'm into my screenshots. So if you like this build, you can get off the gallery at roaringbug, all one word. And this house is called Modern Postwar House. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, or leave me a comment. And you can check out my thanks to my subscribers at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.